Why do you think most Americans are lazy asses?
Americans have just been winning for a really long time, man. It's the same cycle that you hear people talk about all the time. I didn't invent this. The whole good times create weak men create hard times create strong men. I think there's probably a lot of reality in that. I also think it's very human. In regards to why we're lazy is because we have it. I mean, we have it made, man. You gotta understand, the average person, and even poor people, live a better life than a king did 300 years ago. We have heating, cooling, indoor plumbing, Netflix, Uber Eats. It's just, you know, it naturally makes you lazy unless you want more. And that's why I always say consciousness is so important. You have to find more consciousness and understand that there's more things in the world to get excited about, getting up and getting out of bed and going and getting after it every day. And I think the average American has it so good that it's hard to find that consciousness around them, because their life, even if they're complaining about it, even if they're struggling with money a little bit, is still substantially better than generations before and before and before them. And so, you know, America is just in this situation where we've won so much that we're fat and we're lazy. Yeah, sure. But at the same time, I think it's human in a lot of ways. And I think that's why it's so important that you get out there and you look for bigger and better things to go achieve, because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you don't, you're going to be unhappy. All the happiness is on climbing the mountain, man. I've never been happier than when I was chasing something. And sometimes, even though you get to celebrate when you achieve a goal, you kind of die inside a little bit because you had a purpose. And when you achieve that goal, you lost it. And that's why it's so important to keep scouting out new goals and new accomplishments and new levels of life. Because if you don't, you can find yourself quite empty when you've done everything you've always dreamed of. That's a dangerous place to be.